Yo, what's up guys? EvilJagan in the building, representing Empire Arcadia, and today I have just a quick little video regarding the Nintendo Switch. So, as you guys may know, the Nintendo Switch is now a month away from release. Yeah, it's almost here. So here are the top 5 reasons why I believe the Nintendo Switch is going to dominate this console generation. Check it out. Alright, let me be the first to say, yes! Yes! Thank you, Mr. Dictator. One of the things I hate most about consoles is region locking. It is the absolute worst. I never see the benefit of region locking. There are plenty of games that come out overseas, so I shouldn't be restricting from playing these games because I bought the console in a different country. There's really nothing else to say about this. The less restriction on the console, the better. Coming in at number 4, we have hype. Now the Nintendo Switch is due for a big release because, well, quite frankly, the Wii U didn't do as well as expected. To give a greater context, let's go back about 10 years and look at the release of the Nintendo Wii. Ask anyone who worked retail at the time and you would know that it was very hard to keep the Wii in stock for about 2 years after the release date. When you have grandmas fighting teenage kids over the last video game console at your local GameStop, you know you struck gold. Fast forward 6 years and we see the Wii U only sold 13 million copies. Now, there are many reasons why the Wii U underperformed, but that's not what this video is about. Nintendo's due for another big launch, and if you don't believe it, I have the numbers to prove it. Looking back at all the console sales, Nintendo has a very distinct pattern on the sales of their consoles. When we look back to 1996, the 64 sold 33 million copies roughly. 2001, the GameCube sold roughly 22 million copies. 2006, the Wii sold a ridiculous over 100 million copies. And then when we look at 2012, the Wii U sold a mere 13.5 million copies. So, as you guys can see, Nintendo consoles tend to alternate on what does really well on every release. And you know what they say about history? It is the best indicator of the future. If the numbers weren't enough, we can always look towards the fans. Captain Nintendo Dude and Isaiah Triforce Johnson are standing in line for an entire month to be first in line to get the Nintendo Switch. Most people camp out for about a week, but these two dudes are another level. This is just another dead giveaway where the Switch will sell really well. Not only does Nintendo want to redeem themselves from a lackluster Wii U launch, but Nintendo fans themselves are salivating for a new system. Let's face the facts. Esports has the potential to be a billion-dollar industry, and Nintendo was one of the first gaming companies to bring competitive gaming to the mainstream with their Nintendo World Championship Series. With Splatoon 2 being slated for release, the ability for 8-player LAN, Mario Kart anyone? And heavy speculation that Smash 4 will be ported over to the Switch.
If the game was to come on the Switch, each person would have their own individual screen. And what we may be seeing here is Nintendo kind of setting up a new infrastructure on how to play Super Smash Bros. In a team setting.
Although that is not confirmed, what would a Nintendo console be without a Super Smash Bros. On it at this point? Nintendo has always been about eSports, and we should not expect anything less for the release of the Switch. Don't let the family-friendly, casual Nintendo image fool you either. Some of you guys may be too young to remember, but Nintendo was actually known for being the console for hardcore gamers. The NES and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System have hosted some of the hardest games of all time. Do you guys know how big Nintendo-backed esports circuit would be? When we look at the success of E-League, the Capcom Pro Tour, especially the LCS, we would be fools to assume that Nintendo didn't at least consider the idea. If you're still not convinced, just take a look at the first Nintendo Switch reveal trailer. We have 2 teams lined up, playing each other in Splatoon, while a roaring crowd is cheering them on. Gone are the days of Nintendo pulling their games from competitive events. The chips are all in for esports this time around. One of the biggest downfalls of the Wii U was the lack of third-party support, and right off the bat, we know that this will not be the case for the Nintendo Switch. Many developers have already indicated they will be supporting the Switch. Notable developers include Capcom, Sega, Bethesda, Ubisoft, and many others. Unfortunately, it does not confirm whether or not the developers of these companies will actually produce a game for the Switch. This just means at the very least they've acquired development kits from Nintendo and can evaluate the type of support they plan to offer. In the reveal trailer, we saw games like Skyrim and NBA 2K being played. So this gives me hope that there will be many good games to be played on the Nintendo Switch if I do decide to stray away from first-party titles. Nintendo director Shinya Takahashi explained that focusing on proprietary development tools was a high priority for the company. This is referencing the lack of third-party titles on the Wii U. Takahashi also went on to say, quote, "Since the start of Nintendo Switch development, we have been aiming to realize an environment in which a variety of different third-party developers are able to easily develop compatible software, such as by making it compatible with Unreal and Unity, as well as our own development tools. As a result, even companies with only a few developers have already started making games for the Nintendo Switch." Nintendo acknowledges the mistake they made for the Wii U. The easier it is to develop for the console, the better it is for us consumers. Coming in at number 1, this is the bread and butter. This is what's gonna separate the Nintendo Switch from the pack, and that is AAA gaming on the go. This is the number 1 selling point of the Switch. In order to compete with the PS4 and Xbox One, Nintendo needed to bring something unique to the table. Allowing the players to take their games on the go is huge. You can be at an airport, a bus stop, an airplane, and even in the backseat of a car. You can get the full gaming experience you would have at home on the go. No other console can provide that, and even though I myself primarily play on PC, I must admit that nothing comes close to the portability of the Switch. The Nintendo Switch will actually be able to compete with the mobile gaming market due to its size and portability. And who knows, depending on how well the Switch sells, we could see 3DS titles being ported over. But that's in the distant future. Okay, that is my top 5 reasons why I believe the Nintendo Switch is gonna dominate this console generation. Leave a comment below, let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like the video. When you get tired of visiting our channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to become a part of the family. If you would like to see more content from myself, I will leave a link to my personal channel in the description. And until next time, I'm EvilJagan, and I'm out. Peace.
Where my mind go to sleep is the heaven forward.